glad you're here, and most of you were there for the intro talk last week and last few weeks. So over the next week we'll be exploring Vedanta. I've given a bit of brief about what is Vedanta. So we have four main Vedas in India. It's part of Sanatana Dharma, you can call it. The Samaveda, Rigveda, Yajurveda, and Advaita Vedanta. And the Vedanta is mainly by Adi Shankaracharya. He's one of the gurus who wrote the summary of the Veda. So that is why it's called Vedanta, the summary or the end of the Vedas. So this came even after Bhagavad Gita. So to give you a brief, Vedanta it talks more about who am I. Okay? So that is our beginning of the beginning topic of what is Vedanta. So ask a very simple and a very powerful and profound question of who am I. Okay? So if I ask like someone, maybe like Deirdre, if I ask you like who are you? I don't want to pick someone, but like, what would you say usually? Like if someone comes and asks you to introduce, how would you introduce? Who are you?
I would usually say I'm a nurse.
A nurse, yeah. And anything else?
I come from Ireland.
You come from Ireland. Anything else that you say? So you said profession, you said location, anything else?
I have a large family.
A large family.
Yeah, 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
Brothers and 2 sisters, yeah.
And fun fact.
Yeah. No, I'm just coming like when someone asks you who you are, you
I
would,
don't know.
yeah, that's actually good as well. You usually come up with profession, and then you might say like I'm a mom of 2 or a grandmom of 2. I come from here. I come from India. I come from Ireland. I come from England. So it's about location, profession, and whatever you carry, like mother or father, those things. So that's what you usually say. But this is not about, the question is not about that. It's going a little bit deeper level. It's not about your profession, it's not about the job, what you do, it's not about the personality, who you are, or any of your life story. It's about who you are, who am I. So that's the main essence of Vedanta, who am I. And we will be looking into it. It's a very generic thing, and I'm starting with a very generic topic and the main foundation of Vedanta. Welcome, David. All right. Just started with the introduction. We will begin sitting down on the chair, and then we will come on the mat. So at this point of time, say day 1 until day 8, you don't need to change anything. You're going to be who you are. It could be profession or whatever it is. You're not going to change that. You're not going to adopt anything, or you're not going to change who you are. So you're simply going to explore who you actually are with your own experience, because you already have some of the experiences. We call it samskara. It can be from this lifetime, and if you believe in previous lifetime, it could be from your previous lifetime. So we call it samskara in Sanskrit. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're just going to begin the session having your foot firmly on the floor. And if you're happy to have, I know you have your books and pens. If you don't have a book and a pen, maybe grab one. But if you're happy to have your hands on top of your thigh, arm facing the ceiling. Again, if you're happy to close your eyes, you might have cycled very fast, but You just want to condition yourself and come into the environment. Just gently observe your breath, the breath which is inevitable, which is always in the present moment. And observe, how is your breath? Is it fast? Is it jittery? Is it relaxed? Is it agitated? And if you're happy, let's take one deep breath in. And breathe out through your nostril or sigh out through your mouth. Let go of anything that doesn't serve your purpose. And we're going to take one more deep breath in through your nostril. In observing how you feel, breathe out completely, either through your nostril or through your mouth. With your eyes closed, just listening to the mantra. We're going to chant the mantra to sail together, to learn together, to be harmonious together. So if you're happy, if you know the mantra, you can join me. Otherwise, you can just listen, which simply means we're going to grow together, we're going to learn together, and we're going to sail together, we're going to be harmonious together. So if you're happy, let's take a deep breath in and breathe out completely. Sahana bhavatu, sahana bhunatu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavati namastu, ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, peace, peace. Let there be peace within you. Let there be peace all around you. Let there be peace all around the world. And when you're ready, gently rubbing your palms, placing it on top of your eyes, and gently opening your eyes with a blink. If you're happy to get your both hands in front of you, just like an open book, as if you're looking at the reflection of yourself. The self which is always joyful, the self which is always peaceful. Sat Chit Anand. Welcome back. Right. How are you doing? You good, David?
Yeah.
You've been coming so fast. Any questions before we begin the session? Great. Okay.
I have one.
Yes.
Anyone needs yoga mat? Like I have total. I'll check how many I have. You have one. I'm sorry to disturb.
Okay, we're not going to do 2 miles, it's just that it's okay even if you don't have them, I think so. Just arrive as you are. Okay. So we begin the session with a story. If you observe, even in the intro talk, we start with the story. So today's story is from Kathopanishad. So we have not Upanishad. So one of the main Upanishad is Mandukya Upanishad, which says about Om. Everything about Om, like for example, we started with Om, and briefly Om has 3 vowels. One is A for your lower part of the body, U for the middle part of the body, and M for the upper part of the body. And if you want to know more about why we start with Om, why there is so much importance for Om, nothing about religion, nothing to do with Hindu, or like Amen we say in Christianity, Allahu in Muslim. So it's all similar. But why is so much importance for this particular word or the vowels in different religion? You can learn this from Mandukya Upanishads if you're interested. But today is a story from Kathopanishad. So Kathopanishad begins with Vajishrava. He is again a king. So these are, as you can see, these are all written very long back. So we had like kings and queens and princes. So Vajishrava is a king who used to donate things like anything. So whatever he had, he was very generous king, and he had everything. Like he's a rich king. He used to donate everything he has. He has gold, he would donate. Food, he would donate. He would donate everything, anything and anything he has. He was very generous. One day, his son, he had a son called Nachiketa. So Nachiketa is our important character in our story. He asked, you're giving away everything, giving away your land, money, everything. When are you going to give me to someone? So very joyfully, very, like a kid. He's a small kid, he's a prince. he asked his dad. And while he was donating everything, he was very busy donating stuff. Vajishrava mentioned, I am going to give you to the Lord of Death. So he said that, and that's during those times they used to meditate a lot, and he went to the Lord of Death. So in different religion, we have different Lord of Death. During his time it was Yama. So nothing to fear about. he is going to come back. So don't worry. So that's the story, and this is the beginning of the Vedanta, how it begins with our course, and there is a profound meaning in it. So when Nachiketa, our hero, he reaches to the Lord of Death, he's been given a boon because he came very early. He was not supposed to come this time. He was supposed to come maybe at a later stage. So Yama says, this is not your time, you have to go back, but I'm going to give you a boon. Do you need anything that you wish to have? But Nachiketa is asking for 3 wishes, just like Genie. Yama gives him 3 wishes. One of the wish is he asked his dad to be forgiven because he said something in angry, and now he's kind of dead. He's with a lot of death. So he says, "Pardon my dad." So that's the first wish he asked for. So just see how kind he is. Although his dad mentioned go to the Lord of Death, he's still very kind to his dad and says, I want him to be pardoned. And he asked for another wish, that he needs to be in a higher state of knowledge. That's the second wish he asked. And then he asked, you have one more wish. Then he asked, he thinks like he has everything in his life, like money, everything, because he's a son of a very rich king. So instead of asking like a long life, wealth and power, pleasure, everything, status, he has everything. He doesn't need all these things. He asked, what is that one thing that a person needs to know? I heard someone else. What is the secret behind the death? That's what he asked. I don't know whether you believe in death, but everyone will go through this phase. I don't know whether you agree with me, that including me, every one of us has to go through birth and death. Anyone who does not agree with me? Everyone agrees? Yeah. So he asked, what is the secret about this death? Then Yama is saying, I can give any boon to you except this. You ask me whatever you want, but I'm not going to answer this. I'm not going to give you this wish. He says the other things are temporary, like and you could realize, like you might have had a job, you changed the job. You might have had enormous amount of money at some point of time. Even in your kid, when you were a kid, you might have like 100 pounds or something, which could mean a lot for you. But now it may not be there. At one point of time, you had like the best food in the whole world. But now you may not have it, and you may have a desire to have that food again. Yes or no? So these things come. These are pleasures, like the 5 senses. If you remember in the intro talk I mentioned. So I think it was Josh when you were saying that it was spicy chicken that you wanted. So that was the desire. And what happens when you finish it? You eat it, it's gone, and maybe after say 30 days or so, it comes back, right? So these are very temporary pleasures, and he doesn't want all these things. and then he comes back again. I want to know the secret about death. Right? So this is just a story. I know I sometimes leave the story deliberately halfway because we will be coming back to this story again in a later stage in the course. So the summary is, it is a secret, the secret of death and the life, the birth, and all these things, and we will be looking into it. But for now, what I wanted to say is, try to understand who you are, what is death, what is birth. In Indian scriptures, we go through 8 to 9 phases. Like if you are a woman, I think you go into like 9 to 10 phases, including like the pregnancy. So from the birth, youth, pregnancy for women, then you have the earning stage, and then you have something called going into a forest, vanaprastha. Then it's the death. So you have different phases, and the Kathopanishad is all about the death. So if you're interested, you can go through it. But for now, we will be coming back to the story at a later point of time. So try to understand there is something, a secret about the different phases of life, especially about the death. So with that, we're going to do a few gentle yoga. So this is just for you to have a body awareness. So if you're happy to come on a mat, this is going to be tricky. If you want to be on a chair, feel free to do so. Any questions on the story which we finished up late? Yeah, we will remove some of the chairs and then we can come back again. Body awareness. We're not going to do this for like stretching or any movement or anything. This is for you to observe your body, mainly your physical body. So when you're ready, with your hands either on the thigh if you're sitting down or on the hip, you're just going to do the neck movement. As you breathe in, you look towards the ceiling. Observe the stretch in your throat region, and as you breathe out, you get your chin towards the chest as much possible. Trying to keep your spine erect, continue breathing in, gently raise your head up. In doing it as slow as possible. As you breathe out, gently get your chin towards the chest. And you're going to stand in. Continue at your own pace, breathe in, raise your head up, look towards the ceiling. Having awareness in the front of your neck, and as you breathe out, chin towards the chest, and observe any stretch on the back of your neck. Continue for 2 to 3 more times, breathing in, gently raise your head up, look towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, the chin towards the chest, still keeping the spine straight. And observe how is your breath, trying to elongate your inhalation, trying to elongate your exhalation. Breathing in, as you breathe out, simply observe how do you feel with your breath, with your body. Trying to do as as slow as possible. Breathing in, gently raise your head up. As you breathe out, gently get your chin towards the chest. Make this the last round. Breathing in, raise your head up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, gently come down. And we're going to do the rotation, neck rotation. So as you breathe in, we go towards the right shoulder, right ear onto the right shoulder. Go back. As you breathe out, coming towards the left ear onto the left shoulder, gently come down. Continue for 2 to 3 times. Coordinate your breath with the movement. Breathe in for 1 half. And breathe out for the other half. Do as slow as possible, taking your attention to where the movement is happening. Without raising your shoulder, you're not going to be cheeky. So with your shoulder relaxed, breathing in for 1 half, and breathe out for the other half. Make this the last round, breathing in. Feel the stretch on the opposite side. I'm going to do 2 things. One is take your attention to where the movement is happening and coordinate your breath with the movement. Breathing in for 1 half and breathe out for the other half. And the next time you come down, reverse the direction. Breathe in to the left and go back. Breathe out to the right and come down. And continue at your own pace for 3 more times. Do it very gently, no rapid movements. Coordinate your breath with the movement. Elongate your inhalation. Elongate your exhalation. And observe how do you feel on the opposite side of the neck. Is there any sensation, any pain? Totally observe how do you feel. Continue for 2 more times. Rotate your neck. Feeling the stretch on the opposite side. Make this the last time. Trying to be as slow as possible. Breathing in for 1 half and breathing out for the other half. And the next time you breathe out and breathe in, come back to the center. Right? Any sensation around your neck region? All good? Yeah? So we're going to continue with our shoulder. So making a cup with your hand on top of your shoulder. The next time you breathe in, getting your elbow towards the ground as much as possible, trying to touch your elbow, and getting your elbow towards the ceiling, your biceps touching the ears. And as you breathe out, you squeeze your shoulder blades and gently come down. Continue for 4 more times if you're happy. Again, do it very gently, so if you're doing very rapidly, just observe your mind breathing in, and as you breathe out, gently come down. And take attention to where the movement is happening around your shoulder blades and your shoulder joint. And observe your nervous system. So we have parasympathetic nervous system, which is like very relaxed, very calming. You have the sympathetic nervous system, which is very activated, like activity of running, bike, walking, any activity. You have the central nervous system, which is balanced between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Observe how is your nervous system, and then reverse the direction next time. You breathe in, squeeze your shoulder blades, gently go back, getting your elbow towards the ceiling and gently come down. And observe how do you feel around your shoulder blades and your shoulder joints, having a total body awareness around your shoulder joints. Do it very gently, following Sthiram Sukham Asana, being steady and comfortable in your posture. Right? And you make this the last round, breathing in. And as you breathe out, gently come down, get your hands beside your body. Right? So far so good. We're going to do a few hip rotation. So, I'm able to hear me. So having your hips, hand on the hip, breathe in, gently get your hips to the front, going towards the right and the back and onto the left side. Pretty much like a belly dancing. But this is about getting the awareness around your hips. You do it only for 2 to 3 times, having awareness of how your belly, your hips are and your abdominal region is. So do it coordinating your breath with the mind and taking attention to your hip region. The next time you come to the front, reverse the direction. Breathe into your left, into your back, into your right, into the front. Breathe in for one half and breathe out for the other half. Maybe one more time. Totally having your awareness to your hip, where the movement is happening. And the next time you breathe in and come back to the center, relax. Okay. So far so good? Yeah, we're going to do some twists. So breathing in, gently raise your both hands up. As you breathe out, the hand goes to the opposite side of the shoulder and the other hand curls around the hip region. Continue at your own pace. Breathing in, gently raise your both hands up. As you breathe out, opposite hand to the opposite shoulder and curling your hands onto the hip. Continue breathing in and breathe out. Gentle twist. Breathing in and breathe out. Twisting onto the left side or one of the side. Continue for 2 more times. Breathe in and twist to the other side. Breathe in and breathe out, twisting onto the left side and curling your hands. Like that. And breathe in, come back to the center. You're going to do the forward fold. So do it very gently. If anyone has any high blood pressure, don't go too low. So the next time you breathe in, having hip width distance between your legs, breathe in, gently raise your both hands up. As you breathe out, reach the wall in front of you and gently come down. Reach where you can, maybe your shin, knees, or your ankle, or your toes. Very good. How are you feeling? Well, good. So if you're hanging your hands, maybe catching hold of the opposite elbows and dangle like a rag doll. To the right, to the center, to the left side. Very good. So how is your lower back? How is your upper back? How is your middle back? Feel your whole back region. When you're ready, let go of your hands. Let it dangle onto the right, to the left. And placing your hands on your leg, either your shin or your knees, and gently coming down. Let your head be the last one to come up. Right? So far so good? Yeah? Any feedback? Okay. Are we going to sit down? I don't know. Let me see. Yeah? Okay. Maybe we just stretch our leg so that give some stretches to our leg, and we're going to do the same forward fold, but breathing in, gently raise your both hands up. As you breathe out, reach in front of you this time. You'll be going onto the right side. If you're happy to, touch the right side of your foot. Come back to the center. As you breathe out, onto the left side. And then come back to the center. And if you're happy to interlock your hands, gently go slightly bit higher, interlocking your fingers towards the ceiling. If you want to interlock your hands, come on, and gently go down. Right. So how do you feel in this posture? You're ready, gently breathing in, come up. Breathe out, relax your hands. Right? Put your both legs together, shake your foot, shake your hands in, and relax. Okay, the option is yours, either to sit on the mat or sit on the chair. The main thing I want you to ask is, you go for gym, you go for yoga classes, and you do some movement. What did you observe right now is, even before I asked you, is like, you're having the awareness of your body, awareness of your breath, right? So during yoga sessions, you have the awareness of breath and the body. And this is what we're going to do in the next practice. So I want you to sit with one of them who you don't know, for example. Take you sit with industry or with theatre. And then we're going to just discuss maybe taking role So discussing among yourself of who you are. Maybe you're a yoga
The
teacher.
first thing they identify when you're born, whether you're female or male.
Yeah, even that. So you can just observe.
Now they don't know whether you're female or male.
Yeah, even that. So just discuss among yourself. Maybe you sit with Deirdre or Josh, and Mama sits with Deirdre or Josh, and we're just going to just discuss among yourself what is your role. Like you could be a parent, you could be.
Because we are mom and daughter.
Yeah. So you decide who you want to sit. Maybe Mama will sit with Josh.
I'll just keep one chair there.
And also, you can discuss what you are not as well. I mean, just for 2 minutes or so, you don't have much time. So, first person A takes the turn.
Ask me anything. Ask me.
So they learn from you. There's no
I haven't got a clue about what
No, my wife. Is both the person getting turned?
when you're in the morning, you've got a fan on you anyway.
Maybe a minute or so, discuss about what you are not as well. You might have discussed what you are. This is what you are, you might discuss what you are not as well. You might have discussed what you are, you might discuss what you are not as
I'm not someone that suffers fools gladly. Well, like I'm not very obviously becoming more. Someone like himself, just like in my head, I would like, it's like my ego just talking, it's not me. It's like the ego saying, oh, I think this is what a blue top. Just judge you over that.
else, you know,
Me too. Good judgment.
You may want to sit where you are, but any feedback, any reflection, maybe you might have finished. So, any reflection of not going into specific in a generic way, like what is that you realized in the talk about what you are and what you are not. If I can ask, if you're happy to share. Like you would have discussed that I am so and so, I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a nurse, but is there anything that caught something that found like, oh wow, something like that in the discussion?
For myself,
From the other person. Josh.
Josh is very generous.
Generous, okay. He could be. It's based on the conversation. Something like that. So, did you find anything special? Like, okay, she is very kind, or she's very smiling, something like that.
I would say this lady is very, what's the word? Non-judgmental. Non-judgmental of people.
But that's like in the 80s.
From what you told me.
Yeah, that's like in the 80s.
Very compassionate.
She's very compassionate. Yeah.
Smiling. She's
It took me time.
very family oriented, but also different levels. As in, when I asked her are you, she said I'm part of the universe.
Part of the universe. Okay.
I like that also.
Okay. Anything else, Josh? You wanna add anything?
Very optimistic.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna add, David? Or anything you wanna add, or Indira?
I just said all.
Yeah. Indira, you wanna say anything?
Well, David is a very approachable person. He's open to being honest. He's very honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see that whatever you said, you can see the reflection in you as well? Maybe, may not be. Like, for example, you said you are generous. Do you think you see that quality in you as well? Maybe, may not be. You said Shari is optimistic. Do you see the same character in yourself as well? You said Indira is what did you say? Non-judgmental. Do you see that character in you as well? No? That's all right. I'm just, that's fine. I mean,
trying to change that. She said I was honest.
Yeah, honest. Yeah.
No, that's a good thing that you're acknowledging that. When you acknowledge that, you can change that perception.
Deirdre, you said Kalpana was like family oriented, and what else did you say? Sorry.
When I asked who she is, she said I'm part of the universe.
Part of the universe. Do you see that reflection in you as well?
It will affect, I should be also like that.
Yeah.
Similar to her.
Yeah, or you want to be like that. For example, you want to be non-judgmental, but probably you're judgmental. So you want to be that.
Yeah.
So whatever you said, it's because you want to be that, or you are already that. So the person in front of you is just a reflection of you. Yeah, and it's not just the 6 people or people in this room. It's the same with all the billions of people in this world. Everyone is the reflection of themselves. They either want to be like them, like for example, I want to be like Bill Gates, I want to be like Buddha, I want to be like him. So they either want to be like that, or they are criticizing, why is this person like this? Look at me, I'm very compassionate, I'm very kind. Why this person is not kind? Why this person is not compassionate? It's just this. So you're always judging, or you want to be a reflection of another person in the world, and it's the same all over the world. Great, thank you for that reflection.
Our mind should be free to accept the kindness or happiness, whatever the other person is having, so that we also can imbibe in ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There
So
is the saying, what you give is what you receive.
yes, absolutely. It's just the reflection. You are just the reflection, and you get what you give. Right? And this practice is about who am I? Who am I? Again and again, we will be asking this question because this is the most important question or most important essence in Vedanta. So who am I? So you can see yourself as some professional. You can see yourself as a physical body, like Daniel is this person. I go into the water. I do this. I do that. You are seeing yourself as a body, and then you see yourself as a thought. You see yourself as an emotion, like I am a calm person, I am an anxious person, things like that. So we will be looking at a guided practice of what I am talking. For now you would be like, what is this guy talking all about? But we will be looking at a guided practice called Neti Neti. So Neti Neti is again from the scriptures, from the Vedas and Vedantas. So what does Neti mean is I am not that. I'm not this. I'm not that. So we're going to do like a meditation. So if you're happy, sit comfortably in whatever way you are. If you want to come to your own mat, or you want to sit on a chair.
Sorry, which Upanishad was the Neti Neti from?
Sorry.
Which Upanishad was the Neti Neti from?
I will get back on which exact Upanishad, but it is from the Upanishad. I'll get back on which exact one it is from. So right now, we're going to experience what is Neti Neti. Neti is I am not that. I'm not this. For example, we have our physical body, but it's about saying that I'm not this body. But again, we are not ignoring this body. We are not eliminating this body. We are something more than that. We are more than the body. We are more than the mind. But it's about experiencing it. So if you're happy, gently closing your eyes in any comfortable position, either cross-legged or on the chair. If you want to sit on the chair, Deirdre, feel free to do so. You don't need to struggle. It's about being steady and comfortable in the posture. Yeah. So if you're happy to sit like this, okay, right? You're sitting on a chair and gently closing your eyes if you're comfortable. If you want to have your eyes open, that's absolutely fine. And very gently, we're going to notice our body, the physical body, observing your body from your toes. And from your toes, very gently up to the crown of your head. Gently take attention to your toes, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your abdomen, your stomach, your chest, your right shoulder, your right arm, your left shoulder, your left arm, your neck, your whole face region, your top of your head, your whole body, right from the tip of your toes to the crown of your head, totally being aware of your body. Now just gently observe. You're being aware of your body. Therefore, I'm not just my body. There's something above my body. If you are with me. Again, observing your body and having awareness of your body, your physical body, right from the tip of your toes to the crown of your head. Asking the question to yourself, are you aware of your body? Since you're aware of your body, you're not just your body, there's something beyond that. When you feel complete, gently take attention to your breath. The breath which is inevitably going in and out of your nostril. You can ask a question, do you have to do anything to breathe? Do you have to put some effort? For example, if you want to raise your hand, you have to put slight effort in your brain, and there is signals that is sent, and your hand goes up, which are voluntary functions. If you have studied biology and anatomy, your breath going in and out of your nostril is involuntary movement. Simply taking attention to your breath, which is inevitably going in and out of your nostril. And there's so many things happen. Your body is a beautiful gift from the nature. There are so many gas exchange happens, like carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitric oxide, various things. And also there are so many pathogens that goes into your nostril. So you have the hairs in your nostril, and it filters many pathogens and many impurities like dust. Just observing your breath. And you're able to be aware of your breath. Therefore, you're not just your breath. There's something beyond the breath. To notice your breath one last time. When you feel complete, notice the thoughts in your mind. Notice the thoughts appearing. It could be a good thought, not so good thoughts. Let it come and go, just like the clouds, just like the music, just like the words. There's nothing to judge at this moment. You're just having awareness of your thought. Could be a good thought, not so good thought. Embrace each and every thoughts in your mind. Accept it. Let it come and go just like the clouds. Having awareness of your thoughts. Notice that you are aware of the thoughts. So therefore, I'm not my thoughts. It's something more than that. If you're still with me, noticing the emotions, noticing any sensation, noticing any moods. It could be feeling relaxed, feeling agitated, feeling judgmental, or feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling tensed, feeling peaceful, whatever it is, observing the emotions and the sensation and your moods. Being aware of your emotions, because you're able to be aware of the emotions, therefore you are not the emotions as well. Gently taking one deep breath in through your nostril, if you're with me, and breathe out completely. Totally observing your body, your breath, your thoughts, your emotions. your sensations, your mood. You're not just your body, because you're aware of your body. You're not just the breath, because you're aware of your breath. You're not just the thoughts, because you're aware of the thoughts coming in your mind. You're not just the emotions, because you're aware of the emotions. Totally feeling rested. Observe the awareness. Rest totally as the awareness is noticing everything. And not just the body. And not just the breath. And not just the thoughts. And not just the emotions. Who am I? Having a total awareness of your body, your breath, your thoughts, your emotions. At this point of time, there's nothing to achieve, just to notice. Gently bringing attention back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, rubbing your palms if you're happy to, generating a bit of heat and placing it on top of your eyes. Gently opening your eyes with a blink. Welcome back. How was the practice? Is there any reflection? What did you notice, if I can ask? Anyone wants to share?
I kept seeing purple and blue light.
Okay,
The colour.
the colors. Did you notice anything apart from the lights?
I was just starting to, I was feeling quite relaxed, and then sometimes I was feeling quite anxious. Then sometimes my mind was very quiet,
Okay.
and sometimes my mind was very busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are like
Mixed bag.
sorry,
Mixed bag.
a mixed bag. Yeah, these are like emotions rising,
Yeah.
anxious, relaxation, calm, those things. So you were observing your emotions, or you were able to observe, be aware of those emotions, right? So the question is, you were aware of your body. even with your eyes open. You are aware of your breath, right? So you can see the breath is going in and out. You can observe your body is there. You can observe the thoughts. Like even when you are here physically, you might be thinking, what am I going to eat? Maybe.
I didn't have that thought.
Yeah.
Obviously, am I going to?
Sorry?
I didn't have that thought.
Yeah, it happens. Because we are all the same. It doesn't matter you come from India, Ireland, England. It's all the same. Your mind is always constantly thinking, what am I going to do next? What did I do before? So you are aware of your thoughts. You are noticing your thoughts, and then you are aware of your emotions, just like how David was saying. I was sometimes feeling relaxed, sometimes agitated. So you're able to be aware of these things, your body, breath, thoughts, emotions. Then what is that thing that is noticing all these things? Anything to ponder on that? Any awareness different from what I'm speaking, or what Indraji said or David said?
The higher self.
The higher self, you
is
think?
observing.
Yeah.
I was having aware of the emotions, but then I was trying to make a story about why I was having that emotion.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
I didn't understand what the emotion.
Mm-hmm. So that's like a thought. Like story, making story is like a thought.
No, that's really.
So you had the emotions and you had the thought.
I'm trying to understand. Yeah, emotion.
Yeah, to some extent, like the higher self is what it is. But yeah, this is very theoretical, isn't it? We say higher self. Like, what is higher self? Come on, explain it to me. Does it really exist? Show it to me. If you say higher self, show it to me. Where is it? So we need to be practical, right? So that's why we do all this practice of Neti Neti. So the Neti Neti comes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So,
Which Upanishad?
Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yeah. So it's about being practical.
It's 2 words, isn't it?
Briha is like forest.
2 words. Neti, neti.
Yeah, it's 2 words. I am not this. I am not that.
Okay.
I am not this. I am not that. Again, I am not making up this story. It's all written in the Upanishad and the Vedas. So I am just trying to make it practical of how, rather than what is written theoretical. It is very practical. And you were observing. You were being aware of your body. You were being aware of your thought. You were being aware of your emotions. Like I'm getting agitated, and then suddenly I'm getting relaxed. Suddenly I'm getting. What did you say? It's agitated, relaxed, anxious. Suddenly, so the emotions keeps, but you were aware of it and you were able to observe it. So who is that you? Who is that thing that is being aware of all these things? Right? Yeah. And if you don't have any other things, we go into the next part of the breathing practice. So if you're happy, again, we're going to come into a comfortable seated position with your eyes closed. We're going to do a practice of natural breathing. So we did this in the intro talk as well. So we try to elongate your inhalation and elongate your exhalation. So we are potentially trying to elongate the exhalation more than the inhalation. So if you're breathing in for 4, you breathe out for 6. So if you breathe in for say 5, you breathe out for 7. Whatever is your capacity, trying to elongate your exhalation. So if you're happy, coming into a cross-leg position. And then if you're happy to close your eyes, or if you want to have your eyes open, the option is yours. So let's begin the practice of having awareness of your breath. Let's bring awareness to the breath going in and out of your nostril. We're not controlling anything at this moment. We're not trying to put too much effort. It's just the breath is going in and out of your nostril. Its only thing is try to elongate your exhalation more than your inhalation. So if you're happy, let's take a deep breath in through your nostril and deep breath out through your nostril. Now with a gentle smile on your face, we're going to begin with have awareness of your breath. Breathing in for maybe 4 and breathe out for 6. Continue at your own pace, breathing in for 4. Breathe out for 6. Totally having your awareness at your breath. And continue for maybe 6 to 7 times. And if your mind is wandering, gently bring attention back to your breath. Continue breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 6. You're having awareness of your breath. Just observing your breath, trying to elongate your exhalation. Recollecting the sutra, Tasmin Sati Swasha Prasvashu Gati Vichedana Pranayama. When your body is steady and comfortable, which you are, and your breath becomes steady and subtle, and it becomes elongated, just observing your breath. Totally being with your breath. If your mind is wandering, gently bring attention back to your breath. Recollecting that the breath is the bridge between the mind and the body. Observe your mind settling down without any force with the breath. The more you bring awareness to your breath, the easier it is to settle your mind. You don't need to put much effort, just with the breathing and elongating your exhalation. You're settling your mind very gently. Observe whether this is happening with the awareness of your breath. Is your mind settling down? Continue at your own pace, breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 6. Totally being with your breath and observing the mind settling down very gently. You might think I have to do many things to calm my mind. I might have to go to the Himalayas, or I might have to do this, I might have to go that. I have to go under the water. But just in this chaos, just with the breath, you can settle your mind very easily. There's no magic required. There's no escapism required. more times, breathe in for 4, breathe out with a smile for 6. One last time, taking deep breath in through nostril for 4, and breathe out for 6. Whenever you're ready, gently rubbing your palm, either placing your hands or gently blinking your eyes and opening your eyes. Come back. Welcome back. How are you feeling? So this practice is about just having awareness of your breath and observe your mind. Did your mind settle down very easily? It was just a simple practice. It's nothing like you have to do like Bhastrika or you have to do Kapalabhati or you need to do alternate. Just breath going into your nostril, having the awareness of your breath. It's very, very simple. So I hope you would do this every day, just for 5 minutes, breathing in for 4, breathing out for 6. And without any distraction, your phone, TV or kids, whatever it is. Just give 5 minutes of time for you. That is all I request for. Right? Any reflection on that, on the breathing technique, which is very simple? You might have done this before, but it's about having the awareness of your breath. Any feedback or anything to share?
That's how I usually meditate at home. But I usually meditate every night doing that. But today, I don't know, my mind was everything. Well, my mind's never usually that active.
Okay.
But I think it's because I'm going to a party after here and it's
okay.
my mind's going.
That's alright. It's about accepting who you are, what you are right now.
I kept trying to bring myself back, like I'm present, I'm here.
Yes.
And then just bring it back to the breath, and then my mind was going off again, and then I just kept trying to bring myself back.
That's alright. Just accepting who you are, what you are. That's it. Any other reflection from
I felt really relaxed. I was just concentrating on my breath.
Okay.
And then a thought came what you said last week about the size of your lungs.
Size of lungs. Okay. Yeah, it is quite big. Yeah, I mean, all these thoughts come, but again, bringing awareness to the breath.
Does it matter if you exhale through your nose or through your mouth?
The exhalation through mouth is fine, not to inhale through the mouth, because anatomically, so we have all the hairs and various things anatomically to filter, like pathogens and dust and everything. So breathing out is okay. Breathing in just through the nostril, that is good. Right? Any other question before we go ahead?
Just felt very calm.
Good.
That one. Just like my whole mind is very active anyway, like ADHD. But then when I'm doing that sort of breathing, it just it fights and then it just calms it down.
Awesome.
But
that's nice to hear. Yeah. But again, it's very simple practice.
Yeah.
You don't need a great sage to come and give you this practice. It's very simple. Anything?
That is very good. Concentrating on the nostrils and the hair also. So 5 times breathe in and 7 times breathe out. So it will be we are forgetting everything. We are just focusing on this. So that is good for meditation.
Yeah, absolutely. The breath is a very powerful tool. We don't realize the power of our breath. Right? Okay. I hope.
And in the first one, I felt totally empty myself.
Yeah.
There was emptiness.
Yeah, we are always empty. We are empty within.
Nothing except myself.
Yes, that is good. Okay, Josh is back. Okay. Right, that's all right. So, we're going to, if there is no other reflection, then we go into something called Nyayas. Again, these topics might look like different, but they all come together. So, Nyayas are some of the practices for you to realize who you are. Like, for example, you said something which is observing, which is higher self. So we have a very different type of nyayas. One of them is a very profound one, which is called the snake and the rope. So it's again like a story. So once there was a person who was going in a dark place. I mean, you can take my example as well. So I was in Rajasthan in India, where I was volunteering for wildlife, and we were put in a place which was in the forest. It was like a forest camp, and I had to, sorry to say that, but we had to come out, and it's all outdoor washrooms, so you don't have like a set bathroom. So I had to come out to use the washroom, and suddenly I thought there is a tiger, because it was a tiger place in Jaisalmer and Raj. In Udaipur, but Rajasthan. Sorry. It's a very remote place where you have all the tigers and all the wild animals roaming around. So I thought it's a tiger, and I was really shocked. I was totally freezed. So we say a story called the snake and the rope. So a person was walking and he could see like a snake there in a dark. So similarly, this is a live example. I'm not making this up, and I thought it is a live tiger, and I was totally frightened, and I thought, I'm done. That's it. I'm going to die today. But then one of my friends came as well with a torch, and then when we saw it, they made a statue of the tiger. So it was not a real tiger, and that's when I realized, okay, I'm alive. So you could imagine my heart beating so fast, and this is a story of snake and the rope. So a person can think it is a snake, but it is just a rope, similar to my experience. So this is one of the nyaya, and a very practical example is, like, for example, if at all in your work, your boss or someone higher authority asks you, hey, can you come and meet me next morning, 9 a.m., first thing in the morning? You will be agitated. Oh, what is it? What did I do wrong? Did I do some mistake? Am I going to be fired? Have I done something wrong? So you will have all these wrong interpretations. So your thought, that's how your mind works. That's how the thought works. So you keep thinking, you keep assuming, is this what is going to happen? For example, you said party, you might think, I am excited, I might meet someone, or I might have a good time, things like that. Or you can come up with some example in your daily life, something you might assume, but you go there and probably your boss is saying, I'm going to promote you, or I'm going to give you a new project, or something like that. But you assume something, so you make a wrong assumption or wrong thinking in your mind. So this is about one of the story of Nyaya, which is called the Pancha Sarpa Nyaya, one of them. And then again, just coming back to what you were saying, the higher self. So we all think we are different. I think I'm Srini, David. But we have this Nyaya called the gold and the orange. So for example, you might have some ornament in you. Usually we have like a ring or a chain or something. So if you observe, like in olden days, we used to make like gold, and you make gold chain or gold ring. Everything comes from gold. So you melt whatever you have. It could be a chain or it could be a ring, whatever it is. If you melt it, it is just going to be gold. So we are like that. So we are part of a higher self, just like Deirdre mentioned. But we will go into it of the four aspects of what we are. I don't have like a big whiteboard to write, but this is how we are, or at least what is written in the scripture. So we identify ourselves as a person, and we call ourselves as a Jivatma. So Jivatma is someone who is not realized about who he is. There is no awareness about the self. Like how I mentioned in the last week or last week, there are many in this world who think they are born, they learn something, they take either master's, PhD, they work, they produce baby, then they take care of their grandchildren, and then they are gone. There are millions of people who are in this level, and there is no wrong about it. So we call that level as Jivatma. There is no much awareness about the self. You enjoy, you have all the pleasures with all the five senses. Again, I'm not saying anything wrong about it. It's just about having the awareness of the self. So we call this particular stage to be the Jivatma. And then you come into another stage of Atman. I'm introducing the Atman and the Brahman today. And then you have, it's not a stage, but it's about the realization of Brahman. So Brahman we call as the higher self, just like how Theodore mentioned. So this is just the self. So it's about going from Jivatman to the Atman level, having the sense about yourself. Right? And then you have something called Paramatma. So Paramatma we sometimes call more of religious. Sometimes, like for example, we say Jesus is someone who has attained a higher stage in the life, higher state of mind. Krishna, Allah, or Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, we all think they are in a higher level. So those living being who has reached a stage, we call them the Paramatma. And then we have the Brahman, which is the higher self. So why am I saying this is like the Brahman is just like the gold. And we are all like the gold ornaments, like the ring, the chain, and various other things. So we all come ideally from the Brahman, from the higher self, and become the self. So try to understand the nyaya of the gold and the ornament of whatever you melt, you then go back as a gold. Right? So we are all here, and then we go back into the higher self. The self then goes back into the higher self. And then you have various nyayas, just like the two nyaya I mentioned. The other one is like the spider and the web. I forgot the name of it in the Sanskrit. You can see that the spider makes a web, right? So the web comes from itself. It makes like a house. You may think that the spider and the web is separate, but they are the same. They come from their own inside, from the spider itself. Right? So it is very much like that. The Brahman and the Atman is pretty similar to that. The Brahman is like the spider, and the spider web is like the Atman. So it all comes from the higher self, and then it's just the manifestation of the higher self, and we become the self. Right. I don't want to go too much into it, but any questions on that or any insight on these nyayas? But we will look into more nyayas in the coming days. But these are the three ones I want to introduce for today. Any questions on that? Anything to be silly or anything to ponder? Any reflection? Let me know.
Can you talk to the Paramatma, the fourth realization? Paramatma. So Paramatma, I understand it to be like God is in you.
Yeah.
God is in you, and He's driving you. You are doing it for the purpose of God, whatever action you do. Is that how I understand it?
Yeah, everything is right. Whatever we say is right.
This is how I see it. Whatever action I take, I'm taking it with the thought of God here in my mind. What is the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I behaving right? Are my actions good? Like that. Do I need to do the action? No, I don't need to always do the action. Sometimes just silence is good.
Everything is right.
You know, I used to react very quickly before.
Yes.
But I have all these questions in my mind now before I do something.
Yeah. As long as you're honest to yourself, and again, getting back to this chart, the Atman cannot become Paramatma. Right? You cannot become the God. You cannot become Jesus, or you cannot become like a Prophet Muhammad, or you cannot become Krishna, because they are already within you. They are like a Brahman. They are like the gold. The gold is already within the ornament, right? So if you take a ring, what is it made of? It is just the gold, right?
Yeah, because it's been molded.
Yeah. When you heat it, it becomes a gold. It becomes Paramatma, or it becomes a Brahman, right? That's why we
just
say,
like the water, you have the solid, you have liquid, gas.
Exactly. That's another nyaya.
Yeah.
So you heat the water, it becomes steam. You freeze the water, it becomes the ice. Or if you keep it in the room temperature, it is a liquid form. So the reason why we say, again, there are contradictions, there are arguments in this what we discussed. Like you might say the God doesn't exist. There is no Krishna. There is no Allah.
There is a truth in that, because my friend is an atheist.
Yes.
So we don't align in that thinking.
Exactly. So you keep arguing, right?
With your friend. Science is the God.
Yeah. Exactly. But yes.
Because you can explain science, but you can't say God.
Exactly. So this is why when the nyaya comes into picture.
Can you explain when you say like you've got these 4 different things?
Yes.
Can you just explain what you think is, or what is the self? What is the self?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So coming back to the self, so again making it more clear. So there is a self, which is Jivatma. The Jivatma as well as the self, but there is no awareness of the self.
But what is the self?
Yeah, I'll come to that.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So you are the self. For example, David. When I say David, is a self, right? So that self is the Atman. Right? So what exactly is the self is part of the Brahman. There is a higher self, like infinity. There is like an ocean. I'm trying to explain in a very simple example. There is an ocean. You look at the ocean and you take a water from it, a drop of water or a handful of water, right? So this we will call water, or maybe salt water. We won't call it ocean, right? Do you think I fetch a cup and then
Oh, the bigger thing.
a bigger thing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But what's just going around in my mind is like, what is the self, like the actual self, like you say, David, but what is David? Who is David? Like, how do you put that into like a context?
Yeah, this is where we are looking. Who are you?
Yeah.
So
Are you saying you is the self?
it can be.
Yeah.
It can be. There are many things we did in today as well. Like we did the neti. Yeah. So this is how we say neti. This is how I was taught. Neti. I am not the body. I am not the thought. I am not the emotion, but what the self-realization, what you are. And it cannot. Even if you read like loads and loads of book, you read Bhagavad Gita, then it will say something. There is something called Krishna, and you need to follow Krishna. Or there is something called Brahman, you need to follow the Brahman. You will find theoretical. But when you sit with the Guru and you read the essence of Upanishad, that's when you realize. So, coming back to your question, what is self? It cannot be answered in like an hour, or it cannot be answered in one lifetime as well. But if you sit with a self-realized person, you will experience it. I hope you're with me.
Yeah, more or less.
The self.
It gets deep.
Yes, exactly. So, to come back to the summary of what the self is to be experienced. It needs to be realized.
We wear rings and garland or whatever it is. So that is of gold metal. So once it is melted, it goes to higher self.
Yes.
That is self is inside. Yeah?
Yes. The self is part of the higher self.
Higher self.
Or the Atman is part of the Brahman.
So self is like Atma and going to higher self is Paramatma.
No, not Paramatma, Brahman.
Brahma.
Atman cannot get merged into the Paramatma.
Self is entangled with Paramatma in our body.
No.
Self is inside Paramatma.
No. Paramatma is something like who has already realized the higher self, like a guru. For example, my guru is say Swami Shivananda. I might think he's a Paramatma. He's like a god. Or for some of the cricket lovers, Sachin is like a god.
They immortalized him. They immortalized
Yeah, they immortalize him. They can't become Sachin Tendulkar. Right? You're with me? Sachin Tendulkar will always be Sachin Tendulkar. Or like Ronaldo in football, if I have to take. You can't become Ronaldo, but you can try to be like him. You can learn from him.
It's like idolizing someone.
Yes, idolizing. Right?
Because God is an idol as well, isn't it?
So we say it's like a Paramatma. Para is the higher Atman, and the Paramatma has the qualities of Atman, but he is not. It doesn't have desires. So we call it the gunas: Rajas, Tamas, and Sattvic. If you know what it is, so Sattvic is having a good life. Like say, for example, you are energetic every day, you're eating good food, and things like that. Rajas is you're having like a spicy food, and you're being like, I want to run, I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to become like a successful person, I want to be like a CEO of a company, I want to be this, I want to do something, some activity, scuba diving, or I want to do this. The mind is always restless, so that is Rajas. Tamas, I don't care about it. I want to be in a coach. I don't care about the world. So I don't care. I don't care what you do. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. Things like that. So that is tamas. Again, there is nothing wrong about any of these characteristics.
So I think you go through phases of all those gunas.
You
You
can.
don't stay one phase, you change.
So just to come back, Paramatma doesn't have the Rajas, Tamas, and Sattvic. It is without the characteristic. Okay. How are we at the time? Okay. Did I answer you or I didn't answer you?
I think it's a question that can't really be answered like you say, like that's the answer.
Yes.
It's,
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to be experienced.
yes.
And it doesn't, you can't experience by reading book. So we have, if you are with me, like yoga is something which helps you to become elevated in your self-realization. You may call it dhyana or the meditation. You may call it the Raja Yoga, and by doing lots and lots of twisters and many postures, just how you did. Right? So Raja Yoga, you have the Bhakti Yoga, like people go chanting, like in ISKCON. It's really good. You feel good with the kirtans and the Bhakti Yoga and all those things. That's one part. Then you have the Raja Yoga, you have the Bhakti Yoga, you have the Jnana Yoga by reading. You keep reading. That's another one. And then you have the Karma Yoga, like charity work, selfless service. You feel so good, like when you run for an organization, a charity, you feel good, like people donate without much asking. You don't ask while you're running for a charity. People are willing to donate. So you feel good that I have raised 500 pounds for this charity. You feel proud.
But that should not be the intention of your action.
That is there. That is definitely there.
That should not be the intention of your action.
That's what I mentioned in the last week as well.
The intention was with the good heart.
Yes, selfless. That's the Karma Yoga. So even with this 4 parts of yoga, even after like 30-40 years, you may or may not attain the self-realization. The reason is you have to sit close to a guru who has experienced the self. That's when you will get the answer. Until then, you may not get the answer, and I may not be able to explain the answer. It needs to be realized and it needs to be experienced. I hope I could answer you, David. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we are going to do the last practice before we go into a closing. So again, if you're happy, we're going to do a very gentle meditation. We're going to, if you're happy to come into a cross-leg position or any position where you can meditate and be comfortable. And this practice is not just a meditation. It's a practice of noticing few things. So if you're happy having your eyes closed, making yourself comfortable. If you want to sip of water, or if you want to sit on a chair, or if you want to do some movements, to sit comfortably with your eyes closed. And noticing, is there any stress in your body? Is there any irritation? Or is there any calmness? Having the awareness of any stress or any irritation or any agitation or any calmness. And you have already done the neti practice of meditation, so this is not going to be too difficult. So having the awareness, experiencing the changes that you go through. It could be the emotions, it could be the thoughts, just having the gentle awareness. Totally observing anything or any change in your thoughts, just like the wave. Following the neti. I am not this, I am not that. I am not the body. I am not just the body. I am not just the thought. I am not just the emotion. Having a total awareness. Then asking yourself, what am I aware of right now? There's nothing right or wrong. There's nothing to fix or nothing to change. Just about noticing, what am I aware of at this moment, at this present moment. In the present moment, it's already gone as soon as you realize. So every time, every second, every moment, asking yourself, what am I aware of at this point of time, at this moment? Maybe for a minute or so, Keep on repeating and asking yourself, just for 60 seconds, what am I aware of right now? One last time, asking yourself, what am I aware of at this moment? What is the awareness? Is it your body? Is it your physical body? Is it your breath? Is it your mind? Is it your thoughts? Is it your emotion? Asking yourself, what am I aware of at this moment? And observing that the awareness of whatever you had is always present. It is always stable. It is always observing. It's always noticing. At one point it could be with your body. At one point it could be your breath. At one point it could be your thought. At one point it could be your emotion. But the awareness is always there. There is something which is noticing. There is no need to change anything. Just observe. There is an awareness. There is something that is noticing. There is something that is noticing that there is a change in your emotion. Change in your thought. There is always this awareness, and it is stable and is always present. Observe what is that awareness, what is that which is noticing all the changes. I am unattached again and again. I am unattached again and again. That's it. Loka samastha Let there be peace all around the world. That's it. You're still with me. I'm going to take one gentle breath in through your nostril. And breathe out through your nostril. Let go of anything and everything that doesn't serve your purpose. Recollecting whatever we discussed today. This week is not about becoming something new. It's about recognizing what's already there within you. Taking one last deep breath in. And breathe out completely. We're going to chant one Om to end the session. If you're happy either chanting or listening to the chant, let's take a deep breath in for Om. Three Shanti. Rubbing your palms, generating a bit of heat, increasing it on top of your eyes, and gently getting your both hands in front of you, just like an open book. Opening your eyes as if you're looking at the reflection of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, do let me know. Any reflections or any feedback. Really relaxed. It's really good. Okay, so next week we'll be exploring how the mind becomes conditioned and how it becomes reactive. So we saw in the intro talk the mind. We have two types of mind. One is the reactive mind. One is the conscious mind of observing everything. That's what we'll be looking at.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Cherry.
Very interesting.
And to do the donation, how
Yeah. You can either transfer the money or you can give by cash. This is part of two organizations. One is called the Inner Peace Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a charity.
Yep.
And the other one is Soham Community, which is a CIC by guarantee. So
Okay.
it all goes for the community and for the good purpose to bring peace.
You need to transfer.
Absolutely, no worries. Any